Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And this is a Christmas globe, a crystal ball with snow in it. And I've always wanted to make this video talking about like solitude. So this is you, this is your consciousness. And you require solitude, quiet time, alone, by yourself, in isolation. And when you get that quiet time, it takes a while, but all those little snowflakes fall to the bottom. But if there's a distraction, that happens to your brain. This is your brain on drugs. And, you might have to sit down by yourself with no cell phone, no social media, no technology, nobody, quietly in a room alone for 3, 4, 5 hours, maybe for many days. So you can, once all that settles and it's crystal clear and the prism of your consciousness can see things, whoa, you can actually see the purpose of your life. You can see your deepest goals and desires and pathways to get there. You can see all the shit that's in the way that you're allowing to stop you, all the distractions. But if you get a distraction, you allow a distraction to happen. And all these things are all the habits, the codependent relationships with all the people that you love and the people that love you. So if you try to be alone and settle and they're used to being in a communication with you all the time, and you don't get, you try to let that settle, their consciousness is going to feel disrupted by that, and they're going to do everything they can in their power to keep it going. And if it just keeps going and going and going and going and going and it never settles, you never get clarity in your life. And I really believe that the 9 to 5 or the 7 to 6 sun up, sundown, circadian, ultradian rhythms that we go through keep us stuck in this like habitual death grip cycle. It's not a death grip cycle, but and I believe that the people who, if you really want to accomplish something incredibly amazing in your life, you might have to take yourself away to a place 1, 2, 3 hours, 1, 2, 3 days, 1, 2, 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3 months. Or once every quarter, 3, 6, 9, 12. Once every quarter, take an entire week alone. Shut off your cell phones. Tell everybody you know in advance. You know that when this quarter comes, or when January 1st comes, you're not even going to be able to be in contact with me for a whole week because I'm going away. Right? If you could just find that somehow, some way, and prepare the people around you, you get clarity. I remember I wrote a couple books. This book I wrote a couple years ago, and I'm writing my third book right now. I'm like 30% done with it. I had to lock myself in my office for till 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I locked myself in the office for 36 hours straight once, and I was there for a couple of weeks. And my wife would call me at 1 in the morning, and she's like, "When are you coming home?" I'm like, once I have to write at least 2 chapters of this book before I come home. Or it was 1 chapter per session. But anyways, she's like, "Well, how much have you gotten done written so far?" I go, "Nothing." She goes, "You've been at the office 4 hours and you haven't written anything? What are you doing?" She was really asking. And I said, "I've been staring at this computer screen in anxiety, letting all of this vomit and regurgitate out." And it took 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours of anxiety and suffering, of handcuffing myself in front of the computer with no distractions for all that dust to settle. And then my fingers would hit the keyboard and I would begin to type. And then it would just start flowing out of me because now there was no more distraction. The storm had cleared. And we go through this repetitive cycle. To end this video with that point is, do you have a repetitive cycle that keeps distracting you over and 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 over? And maybe you're the type of person it takes you eight hours so you can get into that state of stillness and consciousness so you could do your life's work, your best work, your deepest level of purpose, the things that are transformational to your life, to other people's lives, the things you've wanted to do your whole life. What are your passions and your goals and your dreams? You know, you get up, you get ready, you go to work, then you work all day. The second you get home, you got to shower, shave, eat, change, cook dinner, spend time with family, then you go to bed. And then any bit of free time that you have is spent dealing with the dramas in putting out fires of yourself and other people, and it's constant fucking drama all the time, nonstop. Your drama, other people's drama. And then if you try to pull the needle out of the drama, you try to pull that thing of the matrix, if you try to disconnect yourself from the matrix, and you're disconnecting yourself from, if you want to get into like gross, subtle, causal, astral frequencies, spiritualism, lines, levels, states, stages of consciousness, if you want to talk about sine waves and like the 0 point, you want to talk about different dimensions, densities of consciousness. If you're trying to get out of the third density into the fourth density of consciousness, or the Christ consciousness,
that was Daddy.
the first step is to get rid of the destructive habits in your life. It could be drugs, alcohol, it could be fighting, it could be cigarettes, it could be any other type of bad thing. It could be unhealthy eating. Maybe you're addicted to fast food and sugar and pop and sweets and starches, and that's grounding you down into the third the third density, and you're in astral hell because you're stuck in this density, the density of the flesh, of the physical, and the habits of these demonic strongholds that are holding you back. And they're gripping you through your teeth. You're an animal. You're like a mammal, and I mean, you're eating fucking burgers and French fries, and then the fear in the meat, the GMO foods, everything that's holding you back. You have to divest yourself out of all that and go on a full body cleanse, a fast, a meditation where you don't eat nothing but raw fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and berries and pure filtered water with no fluoride. And it could take a long process. It could take many, many, many months to actually pluck all these things out. It could take spiritual surrender. I could talk about this shit forever. But I promise you, you can get to a place of beautiful tranquility, and your ego will resist it. It will feel like you're dying. You will actually start hallucinating. I'm no doctor, but you could actually start hallucinating that you have diseases and that you're dying, or you're manifesting illnesses, and you're going to leave this earth and pass on. And the fear will grip you like a death grip. And it's really ego death. It's the demonic egoic entity. It's the demon in the basement that is running and fleeing from the light of the prism of clear consciousness, because it hides in the dark. And anything, it's lock, start. And everything you shine light on, we gotta let Miko out too. He just got by. When you shine light on the darkness, it flees and it runs. So you gotta chase the devil down through the basement of the labyrinth with a flashlight and shine a flashlight on it, and it'll hide in a corner and try to squirm, and you force it down until it dissipates and becomes light. So the only way is you have to go into the depths of the darkest parts and unlock those anchors and free those things and remove those strongholds. Maybe you need prayer, or people to pray over you, or releasing of karmic debts, or karmonic strongholds. There's all types of different shit. There's dark entities and succubus entities that can latch onto you in the form of habits and patterns that can and keep you distracted as fuck from living your highest truth. So, and it's threatened by you seeing the light. These demons are threatened by you seeing the light. Even, there could even be entities or people or groups here on Earth that are this is really insane and schizophrenic. I am aware of what I'm saying right now, so trust me. I'm not telling you this is true. I'm just saying, for example, there could be entities here on this earth or something locking us down into a specific frequency, so we only see this broadband. Our bandwidth is very limited, so we're stuck on one radio station and we're trapped here, but we know that there's more. And I believe through elevating your consciousness, getting your diet together, getting good sleep, meditating, and allowing yourself to experience extremely high levels of emotional
Sorry.
turn it back on, happiness,
Oh,
where you're like in pure gratitude and grace, forgiveness, forgiving other people who have done you wrong, forgiving anybody in your past, forgiving yourself, letting go of guilt and fear and shame and suffering, going back through your childhood and doing all different types of meditations and stuff. Let me know in the comments below. You can release all these anchors from your life of being like hooked up to chains and anvils down at the bottom of a black sea, and you can let those go and float to the top and rise up into the heavens above and become the most spiritually free, transformed person. And then the responsibility with that is that now you have to go in and you don't have to, but you naturally would want to enlighten other people, right? So, all right, that's my insane analogy about this, my friend, and love you. Bye.